Hello everyone, Spectre here, back in with our Marvel content video. Today we're doing another champion concept, and this time we're going to be going over Nemesis. And so Nemesis, if you don't know who he is the son of Apocalypse. Disclaimer, these are purely fan-made, are not official, leaked, real, etc. This was just for fun, and fun this was. I'm pretty sure I say this in every one of my concept videos, but like, I really enjoy making champions. And yeah, Nemesis, look at him, he is a big boy right here, big orange guy. And he's a hashtag villain. He is metal, size XL, because like I just said, big old boy, and he can fly. Always active. Nemesis is immune to all forms of poisons and incinerates, because, I mean, look at him. He is definitely immune to incinerate. You know, he does not get affected by the burns. And he has the big dome protecting his head like Mysterio, so he's protected from the not toxic fumes. And yeah, so those are his immunities. Whenever Nemesis would be inflicted with an effect he is immune to, inflict the opponent with a combustible debuff for X seconds. Combustibles have no effect on the opponent and grant no willpower healing. So even though they're a debuff, the opponent cannot heal from them. If the opponent removes or purifies a combustible debuff, place a combustible passive on the opponent. So, you know, really, he's really good for those skill champions to ensure that, like, if he puts a combustible on the opponent, it's like, no, this stays on. If Nemesis would fail to place a combustible onto the opponent due to ability accuracy reduction, Nemesis gains plus 150% increased ability accuracy when placing combustibles on the opponent, and can place multiple based on the ability accuracy. So, you know, if he gets, let's say it gets reduced by like 60%, then he'd probably have like he'd have like 190% chance to place combustibles, meaning he could trigger 2 combustibles, if that makes sense. It's kind of like how Atuma has his, where it's like ability accuracy gets, or it's like reduction is flip-flopped, and then it allows him to trigger more stuff. That's what I'm thinking for Nemesis, if that makes sense. While close to the opponent, Nemesis deals X poison damage per second for each combustible on the opponent. So the more combustibles on the opponent, the more damage per second you're going to deal, and it's poison damage. So if your champion is immune to poison, or takes 0 damage from poison or reduced damage, then they're going to be able to mitigate or be immune to the damage, of course. So now the heavy attack is really how you're going to be placing these combustibles. Each of the heavy places a combustible debuff on the opponent for X seconds. Countering the opponent's heavy or special attack with your heavy pauses combustibles for X seconds. The medium attacks. The second mediums turn all combustibles into a short duration poison debuffs lasting X seconds. So it's very short, you know, maybe like 1 to 2 seconds. And mediums reduce evade ability accuracy on skill champs by minus 100% and inflicts a combustible whenever they would evade. So this is going to be really good for Bullseye. Going to make sure you can't like evade and count, like, you know, do the little counter evade thing. So Nemesis could be really good for Bullseye. He just doesn't have that bleed immunity or bleed resistance. All special attacks. When launching a special attack, gain 1 prowess for each bar spent max stack X. So I'm thinking maybe like max stack 10. So, you know, 10 special bars used, and you're basically max ramped. Alright, the special one. Also, by the way, as you can see, I put a little line of text here detailing what I think the animation of each special would be, since, you know, these champions don't exist in the game yet. And yeah, for Nemesis, special 1. Nemesis shoots a stream of fire at the opponent before launching himself forward for a devastating headbutt. The first hit of the special attack that makes contact with the opponent, even through block, turns all combustibles into incinerate debuffs, dealing X damage over X seconds, increasing with special attack rating. Special 2. Nemesis erupts with a toxic explosion that goes full screen. So I'm thinking this is like a quick single hit heavy attack. It's just a big old charge up. He like floats in the air and goes boom. Upon activation, turn all poisons into acid burns, dealing X damage over X seconds and increases special attack rating. So same thing like the special 1. The higher your prowess is, the more the debuffs will do, and that's where the medium attack comes in. You want to do a 5-hit combo into special 2 very quickly, so you can turn those poisons into acid burns. And yeah, acid burns, as we all know, is pretty damn good. You know, unblockable, does a lot of damage, pretty good, and especially if you can stack up all those combustibles and turn them all into poisons. Like, Nemesis could definitely be a nuke. Alright, special 3. Nemesis flies above the opponent, then drops right onto them. While standing on their chest, he holds his flamethrower arm up to the opponent's face before lighting them ablaze. So yeah, that'd be cool. I imagine, like, you know, we probably wouldn't see him like melting their face, but you could definitely like see like a little bit of like some light reflection in his helmet as like maybe the camera zooms in, pans in on his face. I think that'd be really cool. Nemesis consumes all combustions on the opponent and inflicts them with a Nova Flame passive. While Nova Flame, the opponent now takes incinerate damage while close to him. Nemesis passively stuns the opponent while Nova Flame for 0.5 seconds while charging a heavy attack in range. Nova Flame opponents who are inflicted with combustibles are inflicted with an additional combustible. So this is kind of like a, okay, they're immune to poison, so I can't really go my special 2 route. And, you know, maybe incinerates aren't enough, so you want to do some Nova Flames, and it allows for even more ramp because you're able to get additional combustibles. You know, this, the passive heavy attack stun allows you to chain on some more combustibles and more heavies because heavy attacks translate to combustibles. So, yeah, special 3, you kind of just go God mode. And yeah, I think it'd be just really fun for, you know, as long as they're Nova Flame, you could just go heavy spam and allow you to really clutch up some fights. Awakened ability, Holocaust. Combustibles reduce evade ability accuracy by X to X%. So now you could pretty much extend the whole minus evasion throughout his whole kit. So, you know, right now it's just mediums, but now I can extend to his light, his heavies, specials, etc. Nemesis is armed with a newly enhanced energy armor granting plus X energy resistance per prowess effect on Nemesis. Alright, now we're going on to the synergy. So I got 4 synergies here right now. We got one with Apocalypse, Son of Apocalypse. While a horseman, damaging effects inflicted by Nemesis gain plus X duration and plus X potency. So pretty much just a straight stat buff, which is nice, you know, especially if he's a horseman. Plus he gains that prowess, so you know his debuffs will hit for tick for even harder because it increases special attack damage. Apocalypse, increase attack rating by plus X per unique debuff on the opponent. Death by Inhale with Hyperion. So yeah, in the comics, Hyperion killed Nemesis by like sucking him. Oh, what did I say it like that? So gain 25% bleed resistance for Nemesis, and crossing a power bar threshold pauses fury buffs for X seconds for Hyperion. So I think that'll be really nice, especially since you know, he gains a lot of power. Your furies will probably be paused for a good while. Flaming Fishbowl with Mysterio. Intercepting the opponent deals a burst of poison damage based on the amount of combustibles on the opponent. Mysterio. When gaining a chemical gas, Mysterio gains a cleanse passive for X seconds. So I think that'd be really good for Mysterio. And they got the first mission with Nemesis, Red Magneto, and Scarlet Witch Classic. Nemesis. Light attacks have a X% chance to inflict a combustible onto the opponent. Magneto Red. Light attacks have an X% chance to grant Magneto a prowess. And then Scarlet Witch. Light attacks gain plus X crit rating. But yeah, that is Nemesis. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. You know, let me know what other champs you'd like to see. I'm open to anyone. You know, it's not just champions I know. I will do extensive research to make sure I get the champion as accurate and as cool as possible. And yeah, just like I said, let me know who you want to see in the comments. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Goodbye.